Things just took a sickening turn and it involves Jason Kidd. On this channel, we reported how once the New York Knicks were knocked out of the playoffs, they decided to fire their head coach, Tom Thibodeau. It was also reported that one of the head coaches that the Knicks were interested in was Jason Kidd. And in that last video, we talked about how Jason Kidd has gone to New York before, he has ties there, Jalen Brunson of all players. But we should be rest assured that we're not going to lose Jason Kidd. He's under contract unless a coach trade were to go through. And we were also told shortly after that the Dallas Mavericks are expected to decline any meeting between the New York Knicks and Jason Kidd. However, yesterday it seems like we got a flurry of just misinformation, disinformation, a lot of information that was contradicting. And one of the things that we did find out that apparently there's mutual interest between Jason Kidd and the New York Knicks. So in this video, we're going to go over all the news surrounding Jason Kidd, the New York Knicks, why fans should be concerned versus why they shouldn't be concerned, as well as we do have an update from Mark Stein that should put all of this to rest. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavericks Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,996 subscribers. Man, come on. We are so close to 21K. And as always, we're on the road to 22K before the season starts. I think we can definitely do it. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related all summer long, make sure you subscribe. But, like I said, the Dallas Mavericks, they've been in the news as of late. Some of it positive, some of it not so positive. Nothing as crazy as what happened in February. But ever since we got the #1 overall pick, and we know we're going to get Cooper Flagg, it seems like a lot of news just kind of comes out of nowhere regarding the Mavericks. We were told that Daniel Gafford wanted starter center money, only for him to come out and say that he never said that. That just wasn't true. We were also hearing how, Cooper Flagg doesn't want to come to Dallas. He wants to go to Boston. That also is not true. He's excited to come to Dallas. But just the other day, we got news that there is a mutual interest between Jason Kidd and the New York Knicks. And I'll just pull this up here. Like I said, it was reported a few weeks ago, the New York Knicks are expected to request permission to interview Jason Kidd per the Stein line. The New York Knicks are expected to formally request permission to speak to the Dallas Mavericks' Jason Kidd about their coaching vacancy in coming days, league sources say. And when this came out, I mean, when you're a team like the New York Knicks, where you just fired a coach after making the conference finals for the first time in 25 years, you may want a coach that just recently made it to the finals. So Jason Kidd, I totally get it. Jason Kidd has had ties to New York a few years ago. Prior to coming to Dallas, the Knicks were trying to get him, as well as he left Dallas for his last season as a player to play in New York. So yes, there could be many reasons why Jason Kidd may want to leave Dallas. Maybe he just prefers New York. But I'd argue that going to New York, where yes, their team might be further along than ours, I guess, that may entice you more. Maybe after all that's happened last season, Jason Kidd's just tired of it. But I'd argue that a coach like Jason Kidd, given the opportunity to coach just a worldly talent like Cooper Flagg, would be absolutely insane. Every head coach in the NBA, from a mentor perspective, would love to have a player like Cooper Flagg on their team to coach at the earliest stage of his career and help mold him into the superstar that we all know he's going to be. So, is there anything between the New York Knicks and Jason Kidd? Well, we went over it in the last video. Thibodeau was a very good coach. Jason Kidd, I know, I saw in the comment section of that video, a lot of people were like, cool, let Jason Kidd go. I like Jason Kidd. Kyrie likes Jason Kidd. Anthony Davis likes Jason Kidd. He got us to a finals and 2 conference finals. Regardless of your gripes and complaints about Jason Kidd, he gets the job done. Maybe not all the way. We haven't won a championship just yet, but he does do a good job when it comes to the playoffs. But like I said, a report from Athletics saying that the Mavs would be expected to deny the Knicks' request to interview Kidd for their head coach position also says that as of Monday morning, the Knicks haven't reached out to the Mavericks. And this tidbit, Kidd didn't always enjoy being Dallas' spokesperson in the aftermath of the franchise trading Luka Doncic. So, as of yesterday morning, the Knicks have yet to ask for a formal meeting with Jason Kidd. We just know that there's interest. Nothing really to get worked up over, but a lot of people would argue where there's smoke, there's fire. But that last part right there is really interesting. Kidd didn't always enjoy being Dallas' spokesperson in the aftermath of the franchise trading Luka Doncic. And if we remember, there was one game after the Luka Doncic trade where Jason Kidd just did not become available for media. He didn't go talk to anybody, and it seems like ever since the trade, Jason Kidd has really been the spokesperson. Nico Harrison has only spoke to the media maybe twice since the trade. It really has just been Jason Kidd in every press conference, and even after the season, somebody is asking him about either the trade, the draft, something involving the Luka Doncic trade overall. And I get it. If I'm the head coach, why are you asking me the questions? You should be asking the GM. Nico, you made the call, not me. I'm just the head coach. I'm not the GM. I can't just trade players. You traded them. Answer these questions. So I totally get if Jason Kidd is annoyed or turned off or just completely just dissolved of his interest with the Mavericks because of the way Nico Harrison handled the trade and pretty much threw Jason Kidd out there to deal with all the questions while he just hid in his tunnel. If that's the case, it's really unfortunate if that's what pushed Jason Kidd, but I totally get it. It's your career. It didn't really go the way you wanted to go. It does show that Jason Kidd wasn't on board with this like a lot of people think he was. But we did get this bit of information just the other day that there is mutual intrigue between Jason Kidd and the New York Knicks per Windhorst. Now, a lot of different outlets were reporting this. Some weren't as credible as others, but Brian Windhorst, he's kind of locked in. And if he said it, then there has to be a drop of truth to this. And at first, I was a little bit confused because why would you want to go to New York? You're here in Dallas. Things are great here. You won a chip as a player. Why not win it as a coach? However, the Dallas Mavericks, as of the time of recording, have yet to come out and just deny anything. Now, you can't really deny anything if the Knicks haven't asked you formally to meet with Jason Kidd. Right now, it's really just rumors. There's a lot of rumblings, but there could be a shred of truth to it. We do know that Jason Kidd is excited to coach someone like Cooper Flagg. He said it many times. That kid from Duke, I can't wait till he gets here, da-da-da. So it seems like he's on board. It seems like he's still with the team mentally and that he wants to be here. But that doesn't mean that he's not toying with the idea that maybe if I did go to New York, things would be too bad. I mean, Jalen Brunson's there. He said I'm one of his favorite coaches in a recent interview. Jalen Brunson said Jason Kidd's one of his favorite coaches of all time and that he's ever played for. Giannis may end up going to New York if that crazy trade actually goes through, who also looks at Jason Kidd in a very high regard. So yes, as fans that are worried about losing Jason Kidd, and in a way, it could happen. Stranger things have definitely happened. But a lot of Mavericks fans, myself included, don't really think there's a lot of truth behind this because if he did want to go to New York, we have to trade him. And there haven't been that many head coach trades in a while, but it could still happen. And the New York Knicks don't have a lot of trade assets. They just traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. They just gave OG Anunoby a $200 million contract while also trading for Karl Anthony Towns. They don't really have that much wiggle room when it comes to trading for a coach where they can just go and sign a coach and just pay somebody, hire somebody. A lot easier than making a trade. But if they've got a future unprotected first-round pick and maybe Josh Hart, we could have a conversation. I'm just saying. You get your point guard or at least a guard, you get a first-round pick. Love you, Jason Kidd. But if you want to go, then I get it. But if he wants to stay, let's just kill all this noise. Let's focus on this upcoming draft. Focus on the upcoming season. We got bigger fish to fry than talk about the New York Knicks, who still don't have a head coach and could possibly be trying to pry ours. But the information doesn't stop there. Jason Kidd and or the Mavs organization need to shut this down. The longer this goes on, the more of a distraction it becomes. Cooper Flagg is visiting Dallas in 8 days for blank's sake. Please get it together, and he's absolutely right. The report just a few days ago came out saying that Cooper Flagg will have a private visit with the Dallas Mavericks on June 17th. And me personally, when it comes to all this talk about the head coach, Jason Kidd, trades, people want to go, people want to stay, it really does have me a bit worried as far as the optics of the Dallas Mavericks. We just traded away Luka Doncic, which just shocked the world. It was the biggest trade in sports history in recent memory. Everybody was talking about it. Not just teams, not just organizations, but everybody was talking about it. We saw the Dallas Mavericks get completely injured all season long. We have been in the news for more negative than positive. And so imagine you just traded Luka. The entire fan base is upset. And now the head coach wants out the moment you get the number 1 pick. I'm not saying that could deter Cooper Flagg from wanting to be in Dallas, but that can't really help him. So if the Dallas want to get ahead of this, then they should definitely come out and say, no, No meeting with the Knicks. We got Jason Kidd. He wants to stay here. Kidd, say something. Let him know you want to stay. Cool. We're getting Cooper Flagg. We're going to meet with him. He's going to be on the team. We're going to draft him. Everything's good to go. I think that's what needs to be done because letting all these rumors, that's all they are at this point. They're just rumors. But letting these rumors fly, a player like Cooper Flagg, don't want to jinx it, but that could really make things a little bit complicated for when we draft him. Not saying he wouldn't want to be here, but a lot of people think that with everything that's happened, with the trading away of Luka Doncic, Jason Kidd potentially wanting gone, Kyrie being hurt, AD may get hurt again, that yes, maybe players don't want to be here. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We don't know anything yet. As of right now, there is mutual interest, but we did get a report right before I recorded this per Mark Stein, who is a very trusted source, that said there is a belief among some within the Mavericks organization that the Knicks will ultimately decide against taking the step of asking. The Stein line on the New York Knicks potentially requesting to speak with Jason Kidd. So, there we go. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. I understand that, yes, without knowing for sure that we will decline any meeting with the Knicks, it's a possibility. He could leave. At this point, anything could happen. But if the Knicks just don't ask, we have nothing to worry about. Let's focus on the draft, get Cooper Flagg, sign some Biden free agency, and get ready for next season, and we're all good to go. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that we should bring back Jason Kidd, or should we trade him to the Knicks, or let him just go and we find somebody else? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.